Hi, my name is Sean Palmer, and I'm going to be your son or daughter's government teacher this year. I just want to say thank you, parents, for taking a couple minutes to watch this short video about your child's classroom and especially about the flipped model. The object of this video is to communicate with you about what to expect in your child's classroom as we transition to a new and exciting method of teaching and learning called the flipped classroom. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to work with your child in this format. It's a taste of something new and is very exciting in that it will really leverage our time and your child's learning. What we're going to do is we're going to use the new model in both the standard and the AP government classes. This is just a brief introduction, and I can speak with you more as needed about what we're going to be doing in the classroom and what is going to be expected outside the classroom. In a traditional class like the one you and I grew up with, students sit in rows or groups facing the front of the classroom and listen to the teacher present the lesson for most of the class period. The students are then assigned a set of activities or problems to bring home to do individually for homework. Then they come back to class the next day to follow the same routine. I've come to find that this is not always the best way to help our students learn, for many reasons. Let me talk about a few of them. The general model in the classroom is to give direct instruction using lectures and readings. Students then go home and are given work to reinforce and apply the principles they were introduced to in the classroom. But direct instruction generally requires low-level skills, mostly simply listening and taking notes. It doesn't really require high-order thinking skills. The more difficult tasks of working with the materials, synthesizing the knowledge, or creating using the new knowledge is left for homework. But there the student does not have the benefit of the teacher to ask questions or get guidance during this critical part of the learning cycle. In a sense, the traditional model abandons the student to do the more difficult part without the benefit of the instructor's guidance. The second reason the old model is not working is a problem called differentiated learning. Students all learn at different paces, some slow, some fast. When I would teach a lesson to a whole class, there are many students who understood it just fine. There are many who understood it quickly and wanted me to move on, and they get bored. Then there are several students who learned at a slower pace and needed more time than we had in the class to process the information. In a traditional class, I was not able to reach all of my students every day. The third problem with the old model was that homework was not effective. Students bring homework or projects, but they don't know how to do them quite yet when they get home. Students therefore would either ignore the work and let their grades suffer, or would copy the work from a friend. Either way, homework was not helping the students learn the material in any sort of way, and it was becoming a waste of time. This is not helpful to our students, nor do I believe is it respectful to their time and effort. The old model also didn't provide flexible learning and time management. Students are absent from class for a variety of reasons, including illness, sports, extracurriculars, college visits, or family reasons. This is a big deal because some lessons build on each other and because there's a great amount of material to cover. So students quickly can get bogged down when they miss class. Students generally have to come in during tutorial time, and the teacher has to reteach the entire lesson to one individual. This is not an effective use of anyone's time. All of these problems can be addressed by adopting the flipped model. So what is the flipped classroom? I'm just going to give the very basics. what we're going to do in this model is we're going to flip. That is to say, the more difficult part of the learning cycle is done in the classroom. We do this by leveraging the easily available and free technology of online videos hosted on YouTube and organizing them in a learning management system called EDU 2.0. Basically, instead of listening to lectures at school, students will access the lectures at home. They can access them at home via their computer, mobile device, or even on a TV if they have to. They will take notes during the videos at their own pace, being able to pause, rewind, and rewatch as much as they need, or even fast forwarding if they believe they have mastered the information. They learn the lesson at their own pace and are in charge of their own learning. When they finish the video, they complete a learning diary in the form of a blog entry in our learning system. This ensures that the students have taken the time to process the information learned and records any questions or concerns they have. In addition, students have the opportunity to form online study groups. Students are not expected to master the material just by watching the videos, but they are expected to understand the basics and bring confusing topics to class and to discuss and to get clarification. So what is the new homework? I don't want your kids to tell you they don't have any work to do at home, because they almost always will have something to do. But their primary new homework will be to watch assigned lecture videos. Students will need to take notes and make an entry into their learning blogs. In my AP class, they may also need to finish application projects they began in class but ran out of time to complete. So since they get the lesson at home, what do they do in class? Well, this is the fun part. Students will be able to participate in discussions and have their questions answered by me, or even better, by their peers. They still do the normal practice they would have done at home, but they'll have the ability to get help from me so they don't get frustrated and quit. Students will be able to reserve valuable class time for higher level thinking activities such as analyzing civics problems, debating policy issues, briefing Supreme Court cases, and participating in mock trials, applying civil principles to modern problems facing our nation, conducting simulations, evaluating their work and the work of others, and creating their own work products to share with others. It is a much more exciting and engaging environment, and students will have an active role in their learning rather than passively sitting back and listening to me talk all period. I will be organizing and facilitating the group learning, helping students one-on-one, and continually challenging everyone to think deeper. Most critically, by leveraging class time this way, students will not just be learning random facts that will be forgotten by the time they take the test. Rather, they will be discovering facts in a meaningful context, learning deeper through application, learning how to manage work teams, using their knowledge in practical ways, and learning to communicate in a variety of methods. This method is new and requires students to master new skills. It will also require me to master new teaching skills and to prepare in a much different way. But I'm very excited to be teaching your student about the basics of our system of governance and the critical role your child plays in the future of our country. And I am excited to be teaching your student in a model that I believe will be the most effective way, not only of teaching about U.S. government and politics and civil responsibility, but also that your child will grow not just as a U.S. citizen, but also learn skills that will help in the future as they pursue college and career goals. Please call or email if you have any questions about your child's class. It will take your child a few weeks to adjust to the new expectations of this course, so please encourage them to give their best and to communicate with me about any concerns or questions they have. If you have any more questions about the flipped class experience, here I've included links at the end that will help you get into more details about the flipped class. Thank you for your time.